Hey guys, wanted to check if the stream is okay. Wait a couple of minutes till everybody joins us. Today we want to talk about the recent news and so on. So like we have a bunch of things that were going on today. So I want to discuss that and stuff like this. So let's see if the stream is okay. You can see the broadcast. Yes. Yeah. Wanted to check if the stream is okay. Wait a couple. Yeah. I see it's definitely okay. Okay. Something is not correct. I don't know. How do you see me, guys? Okay. Alright. Let's think that it will be alright. So let's start it. Yeah, hello everyone. So I wanted to talk about recent news today. So we have like a couple of them, and so I wanted to screen share the Max Igan message first because it came up first.
Firstly, I'd like to clear up the rumours that are going around that I've been arrested. I haven't been arrested, folks. I've just been going through a very, very intense few days. The last 6 days have been like nothing I've ever experienced. And I've got a very, very important message to share with you today. I think this is the most important video that I've ever done, to be quite honest. Many people are going to think I'm mad. Many people are going to think I'm crazy. They'll think I've lost the plot and whatever. But it is what it is, folks. The truth is what the truth is, and I'm here to tell you the truth. Right at the beginning here, I'd like to put out the most sincere, most heartfelt, the most humble apology to anybody I've ever said a wrong word to, anybody who I've ever mistreated, anybody who I've ever abused or had any tirades against or anything like that online or in real life or anything, folks. I really am. I'm very, very sorry. From the absolute bottommost depths of my soul. All I can do is apologise. It's up to you to, whether you want to accept that or not, but that's just the way it goes. You have my most humble apologies. The information that I tell you today is going to be very difficult for a lot of people to listen to. A lot of people aren't going to want to hear it, but all I can say is that you must listen to this information with your heart. It's the only way it will be truly heard. And I myself can confirm this information to be true because it's the only thing that explains every aspect of my life, and it does. The experience that I've had in the last couple of days, it explains everything thing that's happened to me in my whole life. It all makes sense now. And an important thing to remember as well is that through this, you know, like I said, a lot of people are going to be repelled by what I have to say. As Bill Hicks once said, you know, when you tell the truth, you piss everybody off. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of pissed off people. But, you know, they've tricked us on so many levels. It's profound when you look at it. But I'm here to tell you how to get through the next level. And it is actually the next level. You're going to, yeah. But here we go, folks. This is the reality. And also, like I said, there's so many synchronicities, so many things I've done in my life that I didn't know I was going to do. Even my name, Max Igan, why I chose that name. I mean, it was because my uncle Max died over the channel. I thought that was a good thing to honour his name, you know, because he was a young man, like 19 years old. If you look him up, you look up Maxwell Cotton, you'll find that he was actually quite a famous flyer. Someone wrote a book about him once, which was amazing. That was my uncle, and that was my namesake. I named myself after my uncle, Maxwell Cotton, a young man who died in the war, one of the wars that the parasites run in World War II, that particular one. And also Igan is my son's middle name. And everything I've done, I have done for my son. So that's why I came up with Max Igan. And there's a real significance in the fact that I chose that name, which I'll get to later. Just for the record, folks, I intend to tell you my real name very soon, but I'm not going to do it right now. And when I do tell you, you'll understand why I didn't tell you now. But that's coming. That'll be part 2, because I do have one more video definitely to come. But as I said, folks, I'm here to tell you the truth, the absolute truth, to the best of my knowledge. And as I said, it's going to be an unpleasant truth for a lot of people. But this is, after all, the truth movement, isn't it? So that's what I'm going to do. So here goes, folks. You're living in an enclosed reality. This earth is flat. All weather is controlled. There's a dome roof over the top. Everything the flat earth is saying, well, not everything, but a lot of what the flat earthers are saying is absolutely true. This is an enclosed environment, and this earth, where we're playing, this playing field that we're on, whether it's the earth, but the playing field is flat. I do not think that the earth is a globe. I think it's actually something quite different to what everybody else thinks, but I don't want to speculate with any of this. But one thing I can confirm absolutely is that the earth is flat. And all weather is controlled. Obviously I can't confirm the dome, I haven't been up there. And not only is the earth flat, but what our home has been turned into is basically a theme park like Westworld, where you have a parasitic influence that comes down and plays Westworld with real people. When you look at the work of John Lash with the Archons, and I highly recommend that you read a passage by Carlos Castaneda called The Predator Mind, because this is exactly how it works. And I know that because I almost got my full code of awareness back on Saturday night. And it's a long story, folks. So I'm going to try to give it to you in a way that's understandable. But like I said, you know, you'll probably think I'm crazy, but this is how the game works. You're in a game, and you need to know how the game works so you can make it through the next level. And somebody needs to hear this information, because as they tell you in the movies, they tell you everything in the movies. There can be only one. I can tell you what the movies are for. I can tell you what the truth movement's for. The truth movement was to weed out the remnants of the last level. See, when they conquer a world, they conquer it in levels. The first level was Hyperborea, and that's where the white people came from. When Hyperborea was conquered and frozen over, they had an ice age. The people who escaped Hyperborea escaped into the next realm, which I believe to be the Atlantean age, which we are at the end of that age now. Through that age, that would have gone down to Tartaria, and they probably had cataclysms and mud floods and stuff along the way. The mud flood is absolutely correct. The guy from Mud Fossils University is absolutely correct in what.
And so on. Yeah, I would say. So I'll leave a link to the full video in the description if you haven't seen it. So Max Igan was interviewed by Journalism a couple of years ago, and he was like a supporter of a globe theory, but you know, a couple of years passed, so I don't know what happened, what evidence did he see, and so right now, as you can see, he is coming out with information about the flat Earth and the closed system that we live in, and so on and so forth. Also talking about mud floods, mud fossils, and the rest of the stuff. So very interesting video. I'm not, you know, I'm not Putin. Yeah, I'm not Putin, and I'm not putting the equal sign to what he says and what I think and actually believe in. And but I agree with him with like maybe 80-90% what he says. So very interesting, video. And I think he's gonna make another one when he's gonna talk about his name, because that's also very interesting, because I was thinking that's his real name, although I didn't make any research about it. But you know, that was some news for me, at least. Okay. And because I use my real name, and you know, I suppose people that are truthers use their real names also, but you know, that's a pseudonym, so he might even use it, and that's his own decision. Okay. And so there were a couple more news. Let's